Hello everybody, it's Josie here. I realised that I never posted my TBR for the Queer Lit Readathon. To be fair, I didn't have internet for the last sort of week and a half, so I couldn't actually post anything, but also I just seem to forget to do my TBR, which is shocking, I know. So the Queer Lit Readathon is it's my favourite readathon. Obviously it celebrates queer literature and reading queer literature, which I love, and it is hosted by the wonderful Kathy and Rogan, and I believe there's some guest hosts this round as well, and it's just a fun celebration of queer literature. Now, again, I'll be honest, I am not covering all of the challenges. I have certain books that I want to read that I'm kind of in the mood for, and I'm kind of going to make them sort of, hopefully, fill some of the challenge gaps. But anyway, so here is what I will be reading. So the readathon starts, it's the 31st of May, which is, I think, today or tomorrow. Today? I think it's today, 31st of May, through to the 6th of June. I swear, I don't even know what day we're on anymore. And it is just, like I said, a celebration of queer lit reading. So, the first book that I'm reading, and I will admit I've just started it actually. I started it last night, so I may have jumped the gun a little bit. But it is called What It Feels Like to Float by Helena Fox. And it's kind of a... It's sort of it's not the cheeriest of reads, but the main character, Biz, she has lost her father, and she talks to her father in her head. So it's this exploration of grief and how you deal with grief, and then also how her mother's coping with that, which is not great. But then also in the beginning of the book, she kisses her best friend Gracie. And unfortunately Gracie does not reciprocate the feelings, but she handles it fairly well, and there's a great kind of discussion where Gracie actually says to her, so are you gay, are you straight? And it's quite sweet. She seems to try to set her up with boys and girls, and then there is a part where Biss kind of says, well, I'm not actually sure if I'm attracted to boys or girls, or neither. So I thought that falls into, it could fall into the queer friends, although at this point only one of them is queer, or one person in the narrative is queer that I can see. But it would also kind of feel it's strange because it fits into the bisexual, pansexual main character kind of narrative, but also it kind of gives me summery vibes in a way, even though it's quite sad, but you know it's sort of summery because she goes and she does things over the summer, and it's set in Australia, which just always equates to warm to me. So it kind of falls into those categories. So then the next book that I'm reading is a physical book, and it's This Lie Will Kill You by Chelsea Pitcher. So this one, I believe, has a queer character or characters in it, so fingers crossed for that. But basically what appeals to me about the story is that it is a thriller, which I'm really in the mood for. So this is kind of create my own TBR sort of book, and it is about a 5 friends, I believe, who the previous summer a boy died, and they're still in high school, and they all get like this mysterious note saying, come to this house and compete to win a scholarship, which all sounds really great, but not all is as it seems. And I just think it sounds really cool. It does say for fans of One of Us is Lying, which I really loved, and I'm kind of really in the mood for these sort of thrillery, fast-paced books, so I'm hoping this will be really good. And I love anything that's kind of in a house and sort of, yeah, slightly creepy, murdery. Don't know what this is about me, but I love that. So this one would basically fall under, you know, create your own TBR. And then also, I'm hoping queer friends, it might do. Now, I know there's a sports theme, which I've read a ton of sports-themed queer books recently, but I don't really have one left for this readathon. However, I figure competing for a scholarship could be a sport, maybe. And then, yeah, I think that's kind of it. So that's that. Then the next one is this one over here, is The Deep by Rivers Solomon. And this is an ace writer. And it is about mermaids, kind of. So it is about, I think, yeah, her name is Yetu, and it says she holds the memories of all her people from all the centuries of sort of the mer people in the deep. So this book for me is hopefully a 5-star prediction, because I've heard a lot of people say this is really good. Also host recommended, and there's a category for protagonist over 40. Now, I'm thinking if Yetu holds a memory of all generations of people, that's definitely over 40. So that's what I'm using it for. And then this just sounds absolutely beautiful. And again, what's more summery than kind of the ocean? So So that's that. And then the last one I'm planning to read is this one over here, and this is Caitlin R. Kiernan's The Drowning Girl. So Caitlin R. Kiernan is one of my favorite authors. Now, she writes horror, thriller, really psychological thrillers. And queer author, her main characters are normally queer women. So I'm assuming the main character in this is as well. And India, basically, this is dealing with psychosis in a sense, because she's starting to sort of see things like imps and stuff that's not real. And it's that kind of, and if you've read any other Caitlin R. Kiernan books, is that sort of line between what is reality, what isn't, what's in your mind, what's actually out there to get you. And yeah, she has all these memories, and yeah, it just sounds really fascinating, and I love that exploration of, you know, your mind and what your mind can kind of do to you. So again, this is going to be just my own category because this is what I love reading. I'm just trying to think what else. And a 5-star prediction, because I think that definitely, well, I'm hoping again that this is going to be 5-star because I love Caitlin R. Kiernan's books. And then one of the categories is actually the book that covers one of the main colours from the flag. So I realised that, unfortunately, I can't show you the digital copy of Hope Floats, but I'll put it up here for editing. It is blue. This is blue. This is blue, and this is kind of blue as well. They all sort of match, and I've also put them in my background here. So I'm using blue from the flag. So these books all actually cover a spectrum of blue, and even you could say slightly greenish from the flag. But yeah, so that is my TBR. I hope you're all keeping well and safe. Let me know what you're reading. If you've read any of these books, let me know. And yeah, if you're taking part in the readathon, enjoy. And I will definitely come back and tell you what I think of the books that I've read. Yeah, have a great weekend, and I'll speak to you all again very soon. Bye-bye.